Dragon folk, listen. There's something that I personally am going to wager is going to do really well for everybody who buys one, selling on TCGplayer tomorrow. Let me tell you about the Heavy Hitters TCGplayer Collector Bundle and why it might be something that you could be interested in. Welcome on in Dragonfolk. I'm so happy to see you guys today. I wanted to make this quick video talking about something that is going to go live tomorrow on the 12th of January, right around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually a sale that is going on TCGplayer.com. Now, something to note, TCGplayer collector bundles have been happening for Flesh and Blood for quite a little while now. But we had a small gap in between Uprising and now for Flesh and Blood bundles. There were ones previous to this that were very, very, profitable, I guess you could say in a word, but also not super profitable at the, considering it now. So let's just kind of go over talking about what it is like, who it's for, and if this is something you might want to pick up. So first and foremost, just quick, paperwork. Check this out, 1655 total subscribers. That's absolutely amazing. We're rising up that number to 2K, so hopefully we get everything together for that, and it turns out perfect. So let's go ahead and take a look real quick over here on TCGplayer.com. So TCGplayer, obviously, it's a place you can go ahead and buy a lot of your cards, especially out here in the States. Unfortunately, outside of the US, it doesn't seem to have a lot of traction, but you have things like Card Market and such like that. But the Heavy Hitters bundle that's currently going on right now, pre-sale will start right here. You'll see pre-sale starts on 1/12/24 at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So in about less than 24 hours, right? I think they have a timer up here at the top for when it will be up for pre-sale. Now, this bundle, believe it or not, back when Uprising had come out, was actually the thing that got me into Flesh and Blood. It was my first Flesh and Blood product that I had ever purchased, was one of these TCGplayer bundles, and I'm very happy for that being the case. Now, we need to talk about the value of this first. Let's talk about what comes in it. What comes in this bundle is one booster box of Heavy Hitters, an entire display of all 6 of the Blitz Hero Precon decks for Heavy Hitters. So you're going to get Kasai, you're going to get Rhinar, KO, Betsy, Olympia, and Victor, all going to be in this that little brick of Blitz Precons. And then you're also going to get this promo card here, Test of Strength, which is an extended art version of Test of Strength. I'm assuming it's probably going to be rainbow foil as well. I believe you actually can see that right down there. It does not say, but I would imagine it's probably rainbow foil. If it isn't, then that's also still fine because it is extended art and you're not going to find this in the set, from what I know. Now, the whole thing about this is, it's trying to get a nice little bundle out together for people. And I watched a video recently that was actually somebody bashing this bundle, which was very, very weird to me. I think they were just on the fence of whether or not it would be fair to LGSs, this bundle would be. But they also were claiming that they didn't know what the price point was for this. And it's here on the same page. They just didn't bother to scroll down enough, it seems, to check out the price. So we're going to go over this in a more professional manner, I guess, and talk about what you're getting out of this. So again, booster boxes should be sold at an LGS for map pricing. You imagine a Heavy Hitters box probably for map is probably looking right around $85, $90 if you're looking for like the map pricing of a box. All the Blitz decks normally sell for about $12 a box. So if you consider 6 of them in a box and you wanted to buy all 6, so you just wanted to buy the display in and of itself, you're probably looking maybe somewhere around $55, $60, maybe, to get all 6. So already we're looking at nearly, what is that? 85 plus, let's say $60. you're looking at about $145. $145 of product right there. And then you have the promo. The promo being Test of Strength. Now, what this is actually selling for on this here is if you scroll down here, it says, how much does the Flesh and Blood Heavy Hitters Collector Bundle cost? It'll cost $160 USD plus $10 for shipping and handling. Tax is not included. So you'd consider probably around $180, $185 after tax is what you'd be paying to get something like this. Now, $185 for $140 some of product in a promo is, you know, a little steep, especially since a lot of people have had some odd looks at Flesh and Blood recently, talking about possible overprintings or whatever, what have you, which I don't think is super accurate because we don't genuinely know the data. But I wanted to kind of show like who this bundle is for, right? First and foremost, I do believe this is a bundle that is also primed towards players. You can get something like this, use the Blitz decks to get new people into the game. You can use the Blitz precons and, you know, add 3 packs from the booster box for heavy hitters to each precon to kind of upgrade it if you really wanted to. If you wanted to get like a group of friends together and do something like that. But more importantly, something that is this not just for the players, but also for the collectors, is you also have this card. Now, something I didn't mention yet is that there's only going to be 1,500 of this product available. Only 1,500. There's no limit on how many people can buy, but you can buy as many as you want for $185 probably. So after that's all said and done, is this still worth it, right? Because technically you're going to get product at map pricing and then some, right? And then more. And we're not sure whether or not this promo is worth $40, right? Test of Strength, it's a block card. It's a generic block. And block cards have just been introduced in Flesh and Blood. And while it's an interesting block card, I don't think it's a card that's going to see much play in the game until maybe much later down the line. Because of that, we don't know whether or not it's going to be an insanely powerful, you know, promo. But when we don't look at it from its strength of a card, we have to look at the fact that this number is really nice for collectors. Only 1,500 of this card ever being printed, which means that it is a premium card. Card is only printed 1,500 copies. There will never be any more than 1,500. And that is a 4-digit number instead of a 5-digit number. And I think a lot of people are going to be very happy with that. So, as I said, promos are a thing that do tend to drive this, but it is what it is. Some people might like it and want it for that specific reason from a collector standpoint. Some people might not. But I wanted to talk about the previous TCG player bundles and kind of show you where they are to give you an idea of what this bundle could possibly mean. Not saying that it is going to mean like this, but this is something to also break down. So Tales of Arya had one not too long ago when Tales of Arya first released. First edition Tales of Arya, which we now all know the print runs for, and so on and so forth. This TCG player bundle came with a first ed booster box, all 3 of the Arya Blitz decks, and a limited edition Tales of Arya playmat, as well as a collector's bundle certificate, which is the certificate is specifically for a TCG player thing. I don't think those sell for money or anything of the sort. It's like a fun little reward for yourself. But the playmat, the 3 Blitz decks, and the booster box were the main thing. And you were able to buy all of that in there for $230 US. $230 US today for those same products would not be worth it, because I think Tales of Arya first edition boxes are sitting around, I want to say 65. Let me see. We're going to go ahead and we're going to check it out. This also is the playmat, so don't worry about that. Just forget I even did that. Tales of Arya first edition booster box. A first ed booster box you can get for $60, right? So $60 plus the 3 Blitz decks, which if it's $11 a piece, you're looking at about like $32 or something after tax for all 3 of them if you get like the set. So that's not even $100 in product. And then you get a playmat for $230, right? Now that obviously, if you look at that now, you're like, oof, gosh, like that was a waste, right? But when you look at what the playmat is selling for, $145, you see that it has made up a lot of that change. This Tales of Arya playmat was only available for Channel Lake Frigid. It was an alternate art for Channel Lake Frigid. The only way it was available was through this promo and through this collector bundle, and it costs $145. So you take that $90 plus $145 out of the value that it has today, and you are looking at what the value of the set is. I mean, and even some, right? A little bit, maybe right around that number. That being said, is that still worth it, right? I mean, obviously the product in and of itself, right? If you pulled any first edition cold foils or anything of the sort, that may have paid for a lot more into the box. If you're trying to keep it sealed, I don't suggest it. You should open your boxes. The singles market is great. You should play around with the stuff. The Blitz decks you might want to keep sealed, maybe, but we also don't know what comes in the Blitz decks yet. We don't know whether or not the Blitz decks have rainbow foil heroes or cold foil weapons like they did with the Tolarian Community College stuff. So we don't have any idea about that yet, but if you want to speculate, you can speculate, but regardless, Blitz decks are cool to have. So $230 for that one, and it still kind of has its value. Now let's take a look at the Everfest one. Everfest came after Tales of Arya. It was an expansion set. You came with 2 Everfest First Ed boxes, a Swarming Gloomveil playmat, and a bunch of TCGplayer collector bundle checklists, certificates, all this other stuff. So there were only 1,000 ever available worldwide for this playmat, and this playmat is currently going for $80. $80 for that playmat on eBay, because I can't find it on TCGplayer. And then the boxes for Everfest, as we were looking at previously, probably right around, I would say 55 at this very moment. Last week, they were at like 45, but there was like 3 listings, and I think somebody bought them. So you're looking at like $55. So it's what, 110 before tax plus an $80 playmat, 180. And this was the price for it at the time, was $219. Now, again, we didn't know anything about how much was printed of this product and what could possibly be the case there. And so there wasn't a whole thing there, but there were only 1,000 of them ever printed. And the Swarming Gloomveil playmat is really, really cool. And you got 2 boxes. And of course, again, you can open up those boxes and sell the singles, and it could be worth more than what the box could cost you today. But that is how much it cost you, was $219. Now let's take a look at my favorite, the one that got me into it, which was the Uprising Legendary Dragon Collection. This came with a lot of stuff. And just the sheer product alone for this is well worth it. $300 is what this was worth. So already more expensive than the previous 2. It came with a special box that had this little like layout of all the dragons, the legendary dragons of Volcor, essentially, in them. And it came with 2 booster boxes of Uprising, 3 boxes of Dragon Shield sleeves, 100 count sleeves of all of the dragons. So as you can see there, these guys are all here. For all 3 of them now, I think these Tonaltai sleeves and the Dracona Optimized sleeves might be selling for more. But I think it's right around like $120 some for all 3 of the sleeves, which is about $40 a thing of sleeves, which is crazy. Again, there were only 2,000 of these worldwide. You'll see here, only available at the Uprising World Premiere event in Sydney. So the limited edition Dragon Shield sleeves were available everywhere when you got them, but only some of them were available in certain places. So the Dracona Optimized sleeves were only available in Las Vegas outside of this bundle. The Dominia ones were only available in Sydney or Australia outside of this bundle. And then the Tumultai ones were only available in Madrid outside of these bundles. You then also got Deluxe Legendary Dragon Collection Display Box. So only 2,000 available worldwide. That's the box it came in. You got the art card and certificate, and then the Uprising set checklist. But on top of it, you also got an exclusive Uprising Extended Art Rainbow Foil Breaking Point, which had 2,000 available. So there were 2,000 of this card made. And then you got two Uprising booster boxes. As of this very moment, Uprising boxes are looking to be about $65 a box. So you're looking at about $130 before tax. The sleeves themselves, another $120. So now that's what? 250, no. 260. My math is bad. I'm doing this off the top of my head. It's like 260 already. And then you have the promo. The promo breaking point is actually going for $125 right now for the promo breaking point. $125 for that card right there. And I got to watch it spike because originally it was like $50. And I was like super happy with it being 50. I was like, that's cool. You know, I'm not sure how much play this sees. But it wasn't until Mara Ferris was at, I think it was a Pro Tour. She played Breaking Point in her Draw My list. And everybody was like, whoa, is that the spice? That's got to be the spice. And people bought up this specific version and it went from $50 to $125. And I still have it. And it's amazing. So that in and of itself, which I still have all the sleeves, I opened up my boxes and got some value out of that. And then I have the promo. So I still essentially have what this entire thing is worth almost. It's about like $245 or something, because if I don't count the boxes, right, it's about $245 in value out of a $300 box that's still viable to this day, which is really, really cool. So does that mean that this is going to do really well? We don't know. We have no idea. Obviously, with only 1,500 ever being printed, it's a low number, and collectors like low numbers. There's a reason it's called a collector's bundle. And personally, I'm going to pick one up. I like it a lot. I think it's going to be very, very cool. I don't normally buy Blitz Precons. I do kind of wish this was just another box instead of the Blitz Precons, but there could be some really, really awesome stuff in these Blitz Precons that I don't know about, like Cold Foil Weapons or even Rainbow Foil Heroes coming back. So that's awesome. But even at the end of the day, if all a collector cares about is this card and this promo spikes to, even if it gets to $90 for some reason, right? That's worth it enough to me based around the product I've gotten. So that's my whole thing for this. I just wanted you guys to know about it. Again, there's only like 19 hours left till the sale. So please make sure that if you are available to buy things on TCGplayer, give it a look, right? Give it a look. I'll leave the description to everything here or I'll leave the link to this in the description down below, so you guys can talk a little bit more about it and you can see for yourself the information that is being given. But I personally want to get one because of how great the Uprising one was. And then I just like anytime there's a specific promo available outside of armories and such, especially when they get to tell you the print number of how much of this promo was made, I feel like that adds a lot more of a collector value to something than anything else. And it really does bring up the value of the card regardless of how powerful it is or how useful it is in whatever meta it's played in. The fact that there's only so little of them made means that not everybody in the world is going to get one, especially further on down the line for other people who want to get into the game. Maybe they take a look back at heavy hitters and go, oh man, I really want to collect all the different arts and things from cards from heavy hitters. But then you look at the card Test of Strength and you go, oh, that's a promo that TCGplayer gave out. But it's $130 now because they've all been bought out. And at that point, I spent my money wisely. At least I think I did. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate your support. Please make sure to keep that number rising. You can go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy this kind of content, talking about collecting and also talking about budget formats and how that also helps you to save your money so you can collect even more. So make sure to like the video as well if you did enjoy this content. I hope that it gets to you in time. If it doesn't, I do apologize. But who knows, right? There's always an opportunity to buy it off the secondary market if you really want it. So Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. And I will talk to you all very soon. Nerd out.